Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and today I'm a little bit nervous because I'm going to be talking about a few products I'm returning. I'm going to be returning two products to Ulta and two products to Sephora. I don't make it a practice or a habit to return things or buying them with the intention to return them. I work in retail. I know what happens to things when you return them. I would much rather keep the thing and sell it on Poshmark for super cheap or give it to somebody. But these were expensive and I would much rather get my money back and buy something else. So let's start with the Ulta things. The first thing that did not work for me is from Dermablend. So this is the Quick Fix Concealer Full Coverage Concealer. So I have the, actually maybe I could grab them for you. Let me see. They're too far. No, they're right there. I could just grab them. Let me shake them up. The Dermablend Flawless Creator Multi-Use Liquid Pigments. I bought these a couple of months ago, or maybe in a few months ago. I have no concept of time, but I feel like I bought these a couple of months ago. They are freaking awesome. It's a liquid pigment that you can use either to mix into a moisturizer, maybe a lightweight foundation, something you want to add more coverage to. I use them straight on their own. I think it's fantastic. And so I wanted to try one of the concealers, so I chose this one. And two things with this. So first thing, at Ulta, you can shop in store, but they don't have any testers available to use, but they have the testers out on the display, which is weird, but you can't use them. They have like tape over them and stuff. Anyway, when that happens, it causes people to open up the boxes and use the product and then put it back. And that's what happened with this, but that's not why I'm returning it. So when I had opened this, when I got home, there was concealer smeared all over the stick right here, and it was obviously like messed with on the top. I used it anyway. Maybe I wasn't supposed to. But yeah. Anyway, it's a stick concealer, and it's super, super creamy. I mean, it feels like it's melted. It is a pleasure to glide on your face because it literally feels like it's melted. And I thought it was just because maybe it was hot that day, but it feels like this all the time. That's a great thing. This is what it looks like in a swatch. Blend it out real quick. And I feel like if I had been able to swatch this in store, I probably would not have bought it because it has nice coverage, but I feel like it never blends into your skin, or to my skin anyway. I'll try touching up with it later in the day and it just sits there, and that's how I used it the first time. I was trying to use it like on my chin to cover up some redness from the foundation that faded away, and it didn't blend very well. It kind of sat there and got like I don't want to say chunky, but it like separated. It didn't look good anyway. And I thought maybe it was because my face wasn't fresh. I've tried it several times since then, and it does the same thing. It just kind of sits there, and it's really hard to blend. It's really hard to move around the skin, and I feel like it never does what a concealer is supposed to do. It sits right on top. I could see it very clearly, and it just looks bad. And I was like, dang, for how much I love the foundation, the concealer is awful. So this is definitely going back because it was a pricey little concealer. The other thing that I'm taking back to Ulta, oh my gosh, this disappointed me so much. It's the Anastasia Nicole Guerrero Glow Kit. And this is like a re-release. They came out with this a couple of years ago. And it caused like, I don't know. No, they released to such fanfare. I don't know. It caused a commotion maybe. People loved this thing. It has tons and tons of great reviews on Sephora's website and on Ulta's website. You can see my little swatch marks there. I wanted this for a really long time. Even when it first came out, I was like, oh my God, everybody loves that thing. I never bought it. And even when it came back, I just kept looking at it all the time, and I finally saw it in store and I was like, I have to get it. They had the display out and a lot of the shades were like super used, and just the way it looked, I was like, oh my gosh, that's going to be amazing. I have to get it. So I got it. I got it home, I swatched all the shades, and they swatch great. They look fantastic. Like every single shade looks awesome in a swatch. There's a few swatches there. They look really lovely. Like even a bunch of skin tones I think could use these. It just looks like a really well done highlighter palette based on swatches. Putting it on your face with a brush is a totally different story. I feel like with a brush, the only thing that picks up with these highlighters is really chunky glitter and sparkle. And I don't mind glitter and sparkle in a highlighter, but these are so chunky. I put it on and it sits right on top. It's not smooth. It doesn't blend at all. It kind of, okay, for example, I get this little brush. I rub it in the highlight. I'm patting it like this, or I'm blending it like this. Wherever my brush first touched my face or patted on my face, it stays right there and it does not move. And it's like this chunky streak. I did not like the finish of these. I do not like the way that these perform or blend. Ooh, this was a disappointment, I think, because I wanted it for years. And it's not very good for me. Oh my God, the next two things I'm actually very nervous to talk about. Okay, they're both from Makeup by Mario. So Makeup by Mario came in with a brand over at Sephora. This one's in a bag because it's broken. And I'm not returning it because it's broken. I've gotten things broken before. I'm not obsessed with that. I'll keep it if it works. But this is the Master Crystal Reflector Highlighter in the shade Bronzite. This is what it looks like here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. I'll try not to spill it. But it came broken. That's okay. So this is supposed to be a highlighter. You can use it as an eyelid, like a topper for eyeshadow, like a spotlight kind of thing. And that's what I intended to use it for. Just like a spotlight on your eyeshadow, maybe even using it as a single eyeshadow. And I got the shade Bronzite because it seemed to be the darkest of all of them. And the texture of this is like silk. It feels like you're touching this. Like it's so silky. You have to keep looking at your finger to see if you're even touching it because it feels, it's such a weird texture, but it feels great. But as you're swatching it, like look what's on my finger. This is like nothing. Oh my God, that's so rude. But this is like a nothing thing to me. Like, look what it does. This is just not for me. I feel like this is for a makeup artist, maybe. I just don't have the skill to use this. I don't know what it's for. Based on the description on Sephora's website, it also described it as a powder, but this doesn't feel like powder. It feels like an eyeshadow that got hard pan. And you know when you're touching it and you know you're not picking anything up, but it feels like plastic? That's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like powder to me at all. And the way that I don't know, what's that supposed to be for? I get that it could be like a glossy top coat on your eye, but this is one of those things that only is going to look really nice in a certain lighting. If you are an everyday person like myself, I'm going to work every day with lights from the ceiling. No one's going to see this glistening, glittery, brilliant top coat on my eyelid. This is only going to look good on Instagram, you know, with a perfectly lit eye. So this is just not for me either. I don't know. I don't know. If you bought this and you love it, let me know what you're doing with it, because for me, it's nothing. Sorry. The last thing, oh my God. Okay, the eyeshadow palette. I bought the Makeup by Mario Master Metallics eyeshadow palette. Okay, this is what it looks like. It looks beautiful. It swatches like a dream. These feel like silk. They feel like a really thin, I don't know, like they feel great. They don't feel thick. They're not going to leave any texture on your eyelids. They're not that kind of metallic eyeshadow. They swatch nicely, but that's pretty much all I can get out of them. I've tried these on the lids. I've used a bunch of them, and the only two I haven't used on my lids are the blue one there, and then this like gray blue one here, because I just can't get it to look that nice. Like I don't know, I just don't like the way it swatches very much. That blue one especially is really like thin and see-through, and I don't know. I just feel like I'll be able to see my skin through that one if I try to use it on my eyelid. Anyway, I can't get these to look like the swatches on my eyelid. And I know that's unrealistic and swatches don't always tell the whole story, but most of the time that's said when swatches are really bad and the eyeshadow looks amazing. These swatch amazing, but I can't get them to look good on my eyes. They don't pick up on a brush whatsoever. I have tried so many brushes with these, and I'll be patting the brush in it like this, and I'm like, where the heck is the eyeshadow? I try to put it on anyway, and I can't with the shadow. This is just beyond my skill set, beyond my brush set. I can't get it to work for me. And then the times I have used my finger, of course, to apply it, it applies great with the finger. It takes a long time to build up. And the way that the shadows reflect, and kind of the same way with that crystal reflector thing, they're going to look really nice in certain lighting. I get ready in the morning, I have a light right here that I click on, and I see it in my eyes, and I'm like, oh my God, this shadow is so brilliant, it's so glistening, it's so lovely. And then I turn that light off and I go to work and I'm like, this looks so dull. It looks like any other eyeshadow. So, I mean, the shades, the looks you can create, I feel like, I don't want to sound like a jerk, but I mean, I have a bunch of eyeshadows. I can definitely get these shades anywhere else in formulas that I enjoy more and that I'm able to work with more. These are just beyond my skill set, and I think that's where that is. They also fade really awful. The green one I had on the other day, this one right here, I had it all over the lid, in the crease, up here, almost to the brow bone, all in the lower lash line as well. And I noticed it throughout work. I was just, when I would go to the bathroom, wash my hands, I'm in the break room, whatever, I'm looking at it and I'm like, and all in my crease, like this, you know, that line crease, it's completely faded and it's skin that I'm seeing. And I'm like, what the heck? That's weird. By the time I got home from work, and I only worked a normal 8-hour day, it's like all patchy and like faded away in my eyelids. And I was like, this is awful. So I reapplied it and I was like, let me just pat it on again and see, you know, what happens, because I was planning to do a video later. And it faded within 2 hours. It was back to how it looked before. And I don't have particularly oily eyelids. I found that happens even when I wear a primer. Sorry, Mario. This palette is just not for me. Doesn't work for me. It's beyond my skill set, and I'm coming at this from more of a, although I buy a lot of makeup, I'm still just like an everyday makeup consumer. I'm not into like, I'm not watching a bunch of videos on things. I'm not going to research all the tips and tricks on how to use this palette. Sephora to me is just a mass consumption type of place for makeup. It's not a store for makeup artists. If you're wandering around in Sephora as a casual makeup user and you see this and you're like, oh, that's pretty, I'm gonna get that. And then you get home and you're so frustrated with it because it doesn't work, and you have to do all this research and have these special skills and special brushes and a mixing medium to make them work. I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's a working professional makeup artist, but he put out this palette for the everyday makeup consumer, but I don't think it's that friendly, everyday friendly or beginner friendly. That's just me. It's my opinion. Please don't be mad. I did buy one other thing from the Makeup by Mario line, the eyeliner, and it's the bomb. I love this. I just have to say I love this so much because I know I was just talking crap for a little bit and I feel kind of bad. But this eyeliner is amazing. It's the eyeliner I have in my waterline right now. It's the Master Pigment Pro Pencil in the shade Super Black. So it does come with this brush that does literally nothing. It's like the flimsiest brush that, I don't know what that's there for. But this, oh, this is where the gold is at. It's super black. It glides like a dream. It lasts almost my entire workday, and it doesn't transfer to the tight line, which is what I love. I don't like when I blink throughout the day and I can tell my eyeliner is faded here and now it's all up here. This stays put. I love this eyeliner a lot. If they come out with more colors, I would love to pick up a different color, a purple, a blue. I would love it. Because it feels like a gel eyeliner pencil. Like it feels like a potted gel liner in a pencil form. Like it has that staying power. I love this pencil a lot. So it's not all bad for Mario. Just those two didn't work for me. If you have got those to work for you, let me know what you're doing. I would love to know. But that is it. Thank you for watching me rant a little bit about some products that didn't work for me, and I will be returning them. Thank you for watching. If you've used any of these, let me know how they worked out for you. Am I using them wrong? I would love to know. That's it. I'll see you later in another video. Goodbye.